she was always very passionate about dancing. She was a Bharatanatyam dancer herself, and she wanted to get into modeling and she wanted to dance herself.
Oh,
but
okay.
her family didn't support her that much, and she got married at 19. So she wanted me to get into dancing, so she got me enrolled into the dance class.
So your mom enrolled you into dance work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And at what age did she enroll you into dance work?
I guess I was 6 or 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been dancing with DanceWorks since,
for a long time,
for a really long time. And how old are you now again?
I'm 18. I'm going to do 19 next week.
And so you've been dancing with DanceWorks for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And so how has been your experience?
It's been great. It's been great.
Okay, what's your position in DanceWorks? Because I know DanceWorks is broken up into different academy or different companies, and then I know there's the probationaries and then there's the beginners.
I'm in the Group C. I'm not doing Group B early morning classes because I'm at college.
Okay.
Because I'm studying as well, so getting myself sorted so that I can get into Group B. I'm a company member here at DanceWorks.
Yeah.
And
can you tell me the differences between Group A, B, and C?
Group C is generally consists of people who are in college and school, and they cannot do morning classes because of their college. Okay, and Group B consists of people who can do Group B, like morning classes. Then if you are good enough, you get promoted to Group B plus.
Oh.
Yeah, they are those who do 2 classes a week. They do Group A classes, and 3 days they do Group B classes. And Group A is the highest level of company, and it consists of all good dancers.
Okay.
Mostly reputable company, Shoini, Pankaj.
Sure. Okay, so there's C, B, B plus, and A.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. So why do you dance? I know that could probably take a really long time to answer, but if you can be brief.
Dancing just helps me to be me.
It helps you with being you.
Yeah.
As opposed to anything else.
I think a dancer's job is the most difficult. It's the most difficult. All the people think it's really easy, but I think it's the most difficult because you have to project moves in an effortless way. Yeah, I think that's the most difficult job you can ever do.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I think that even if you're in pain, even if you have an injury and you still perform on stage and you make audience believe that you're just not feeling anything, it's just effortless.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful. That's amazing.
It's amazing. Do you feel that your passion for dance has increased over time?
Definitely.
Or do you think it's the same?
Definitely. It is. I would say it is increasing each and every day.
It's increasing each and every day.
Yeah, I don't know why in India it's considered not a good job, but that's what I had researched on. There was Lord Shiva. He used to dance when he used to feel angry, and he used to dance when he used to feel happy.
Lord Shiva.
Yeah, Lord Shiva.
Yeah.
So he used to have this drum in his hand and used to dance with it to express his feelings.
Yeah.
So I think, if gods can do so, then we are human beings. We can definitely take this as profession and go ahead.
Yeah.
And then I had an injury for a year that really changed my perspective about dancing. Dancing is no more about myself, it's about people out there, how I can change their life. The kind of education that I have got from DanceWorks.
Yeah.
So my aim is to educate people out there who do not have money to dance, and that's my dream.
And if you can expand on that a little bit more, because one of my questions for the DanceWorks dancers is like, what is one of your life's goals? And it could be dance or non-dance related. But if you can talk more about this vision that you have, that would be great.
I want to form an organization, or basically a company, which recruits children or which travels to other parts of the world and search for people, look for people who do not have money, who are talented enough, who have the potential to dance, and bring them to my company so that I can educate them, I can pay them, and so that they can get a good standard of living.
Yeah, so basically changing the lives of poor youth all around the world through dance.
Through dance, yeah.
And what inspired you to form this concept? I mean, when was it when you said, you know what, this is what I want to do? I want to make a difference using dance. When
I had my knee injury, there was really no one to support me at that time. I had to do everything on my own. Being 17-year-old, I had to go to the doctor myself, I had to find ways so that I could get myself back on track. Then I have, my mom has always supported me financially. So there have been times when I didn't have money for my dance class, but somehow she did it, my father did it, both of them paid for it.
Yeah.
So, because I have gone through the same path, I think that other people out there, I think I can make sure that they don't go through the same path.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what really inspired me to.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Can you talk a little bit, because you talked about dance as a profession in India, and I feel like India, and please drink your coffee. I think that India has a dance history, like like you talked about the gods dancing.
Totally. That's
and your mom was a dancer. She's a Kathak dancer, so she did more classical Indian dance. So what is this about, dance not being a profession in India when there's this history of dance being a part of the culture?
Yeah, because they, first of all, they think that dancers in India don't get paid that much.
Yeah.
Second of all, we in India, they think a lot about society. What would people think about you taking dancing as a career? Or third, they think it's not a long-lasting career because you can be a dancer for only 6-7 years, or 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah.
That's what they think. But I think that the next level to a dancer is a choreographer. So, so they really do not understand the transition that much.
Yeah, or a teacher.
Or a teacher.
Or a historian.
Yeah, anything. But they think that dancer means a dancer. You can only dance.
And perform.
Yeah. So that I think they need to get educated around this area. And we have this cliche that children can be respected only when you are a doctor or an engineer or something like that. And a lot of issues because people in India, I think they really think about other people around. What will they think?
The perception.
Yeah, perception.
So perception is like everything here.
Yeah. Not. I wouldn't say all the people. I am talking about myself.
Yes.
This is what I have experienced. This is what my family thinks. So this is what
your experience.
Yeah, my experience. I'm not sure about other people out there. But it's really sad to come from a society, to come from a country where gods have been so involved in dancing. They like there's a specific name where Shiva he used to do two kind of dances. So there was this when he used to be angry, and there was this when he used to be happy. So I think that's really beautiful.
And he expressed those two opposing emotions through
dance,
through movement and music. Wow. So I wonder also if it has to do with, because like when I think of like more of the classical dancing, and you talk about Shiva, and it's kind of more like dance as a way to express, like your spiritual beliefs or your like devotion to God or expressing your emotions, but it's more like within the religious realm. But what about like Western dance? Because that's what DanceWorks specializes in, and I wonder if there's a different perception of here's the dances that Shiva did, and that's Kathak and classical Indian dance, and then Western dances from the West. Do you think there's a different perception?
Definitely there's a lot of difference in the perception because Indian form of dancing is considered really beautiful here.
Right.
Because it is very beautiful indeed.
It is, yes.
Yeah, but they think that they find it very graceful.
Yes.
Yeah, because the movements are really very soft, but at the same time they express a lot.
Yes.
But about Western dances, they think that hip hop, like I'm talking about my experience. I'm just not talking about
Of course,
other people.
you're talking about your experience.
Yeah, this is what people around me think, that hip hop is not that graceful as Kathak is, as Bharatanatyam is, but I think it entirely depends on you how you do it. And they think that hip hop is only about movements. You're not expressing anything.
Yeah. So there's this hierarchy of dance standards where it might be the Indian classical dancing or the indigenous Indian dances, and then there's the Western dance.
Yeah, they think that it's just you're just hopping on.
And so why do you choose to study Western dance? Because that's what DanceWorks focuses on.
I have studied Bharatanatyam. I did Bharatanatyam for
So
a while.
you have studied classical Indian dance too?
Totally, and I love it. I think it's really beautiful. And I sometimes do use it in my dancing, in my choreographies.
Yes.
Because the inspiration comes from there. And it's really important to be open to other forms of dancing.
Yes.
What made me do Western dance? Well, I'm really into contemporary. I think that that is one form of dancing which not only shows your sorrow, it can show anything. It can show excitement, it can show happiness, you being ecstatic all the time.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think that it's a really beautiful form of dancing, and if there's one thing that I would really like to choose, like a dance form that I really like, I think it would be contemporary.
Contemporary, definitely. I think the great thing about contemporary is there are no
I think
there's not a box, you know, like you can do anything you want. You can fuse in the classical Indian with the modern and spray some hip hop into it, do you know what I mean? So contemporary is very like in the moment, and you can basically, it's limitless. You can do whatever you want, and that's the fun part.
There are no restrictions. You can just go out and express yourself.
Yeah. So my next question is, and I think you alluded to this, but you can say something different. But what do you think the world should know about dance in India or India in general?
India in general, dance in India. Well, I think that we have really potential dancers there. Really
great potential. Yeah.
Great potential. People are so full of energy. They're so motivated all the time. The moment I enter DanceWorks, I'm in some other space. That's what I really like about it. Most of the time, I'm really tired because of college. But as soon as I enter DanceWorks, the kind of vibe that I get, it just changes me as a human being. Dancing in India, I think it's got a really great potential if people start thinking, if they're educated enough, if they get educated about this area. I think they'll just go and they'll just reach heights.
The world better watch out.
Yeah. Totally.
So, what is a question that you have about, or have for the dancers in the United States? Because that's where I'm from. So if you can ask one question, what would it be? And I'll try to find a dancer to answer it.
Okay. Let me think. Here, this is what my experience is. I struggle every day to dance. I go through a lot of stuff to dance every day.
And are you just talking about just balancing your school with the dancing and then
anything
also just
everything. It means a lot. It's like a part of my life. It's a part and parcel of my life. I know if one day there are times when I don't dance for a week,